The Silent Strike: How India Choked Pakistan's Shadow Trade. Introduction: Power that doesn't announce itself. Modern power rarely explodes. It constricts. When India announced total ban on imports from Pakistan, direct and indirect, the headlines focused on emotion, retaliation, nationalism, and symbolism. That framing is naive. What unfolded was a structural economic maneuver calculated to exploit asymmetry. India didn't seek applause, it sought compliance through exhaustion. And today I will dissect why the move matters, how it works, and why it represents a new model of economic warfare in South Asia. Chapter 1: Trade was already dead, but the shadow was alive. Formal India Pakistan trade has been a corpse since 2019. MFN status withdrawn, 200% tariffs imposed, direct imports collapsing from 500 million to near zero. On paper, Pakistan was already excluded. But states do not survive on paper, they survive through adaptation. Pakistan adapted by rerouting exports through UAE, repackaging, relabeling. Sri Lanka, SAFTA preferences. Singapore and Indonesia, chemicals, cement and textiles. This wasn't smuggling, this was legal camouflage. By 2024-2025, this shadow corridor was worth $500 million annually, by far larger than direct trade ever was in its final years. That corridor is what India targeted. Chapter 2: What India actually did, from ban to system closure. Most trade bans fail because they are partial. India's move was not. The Directorate General of Foreign Trade inserted a clause that matters more than any speech. Prohibit direct or indirect import or transit of all goods originated in or exported from Pakistan. This single line does three things simultaneously: makes origin, not routing, the decisive variable; empowers custom to challenge documentation, transfer enforcement from policy to ports. In plain terms, it doesn't matter how many flags your shipment passes through. If it smells Pakistani, it dies. This is not diplomacy, this is administrative dominance. Chapter 3: Why this barely touches India. India's economy isn't modular, it is redundant. Pakistan's exports to India were already negligible. Affected goods, dry fruits, salt, low-end chemical, cotton yarn are easily replaceable. No Indian industry depends structurally on Pakistani imports. India's loss is cosmetic, Pakistan's loss is circulatory. This is asymmetry in its purest form. One side absorbs the shock as noise, the other side as hemorrhage. Chapter 4: Why this hurts Pakistan far more than tariffs ever did. Tariffs raises costs. System closures destroy variability. Pardon? System closure destroy viability. Pakistan now faces: number 1, cost explosion. Third country rerouting was profitable only because enforcement was lax. Once scrutiny rises, intermediaries charge more, transit times lengthen, margins evaporate. Low margin exporters suffocate first. Point number B. When customs change, when customs begin questioning origin aggressively, liability shifts. Importers hesitate, insurers raise premium, bank delays letter of credit. Trade is as much about trust velocity as goods. India just slowed down. Point number 3. No easy replacement markets. India is nearby, huge, logistically cheap. Replacing that with Africa or Central Asia is not substitution, it is downgrading. Point number 5. The real weapon: customs, not cannons. Wars used to be fought at borders. They are now fought at inspection bays. Custom officers armed with origin verification tools, risk profiling databases, intelligence flags are now economic soldiers. This is where modern states exert dominance. No declarations, no escalations, no international backlash. Just delayed shipments and rejected papers. This is also a signal, and everyone is listening. Pakistan is the target, but it is not only the audience that is affected. India is signaling to regional exporters, free trade intermediaries, friendly and unfriendly neighbors. The message is simple: do not test our enforcement depth, we will follow the goods. This elevates India from a rule maker to rule enforcer. a crucial distinction in global power hierarchies. Economic warfare without escalation. This move avoids military retaliation, diplomatic isolation, sanctions blowback, yet it achieves revenue pressure, exporter distress, internal economic friction in Pakistan. This is Chanakyan statecraft, weakening the adversary base while appearing calm. No drama, no deadlines, no ultimatums. Just silence and empty order books. Conclusion: power is the ability to close doors quietly. The mistake is to see this as punishment. It is not, it is discipline. India has demonstrated something more important than anger or resolve capacity to track, verify, enforce, persist. In the modern world, empires are not built by shouting, they are built by making systems non negotiable. Pakistan lost access not because India was loud, but because India was thorough. And that is the most dangerous form of power there is.